Dude, for the first time this year, the USA officially crossed $1 trillion on its defense budget. It's literally more than the next 10 countries combined. Yeah, it's insane. But the US military also has 800 bases scattered all around the globe. If you call the US Army sitting anywhere in the world, they would arrive in a couple of minutes to a couple of hours. They are spending an insane amount on their aircraft budget. The Air Force says it wants about 1,000 combat-capable collaborative combat aircraft over time, with more than 150 by the end of the decade. That is not a small upgrade. That is a whole new air war. This is not about one single jet. It is about a new family of drones and fighter-style aircraft that are built for the future, faster to make, harder to jam, easier to replace, and smart enough to work as wingmen. That is why names like Anduril, Shield AI, Kratos, General Atomics, and Boeing keep showing up in the same conversation. But don't think the US is running this race alone. Behind the scenes, a massive, terrifying global AI arms race is exploding. China is building its own insane fleet of hyper-fast, low-cost autonomous jets designed to completely overwhelm American air dominance. We are talking about highly advanced AI-piloted wingmen like the stealthy Feihong FH-97A, the supersonic AVIC Dark Sword, and their elite flying wing strike drone, the GJ-11 Mysterious Dragon. Are these Chinese AI jets enough to break the pinnacle of US defense? We are going to look them up and break down their exact capabilities in the very next video. Stay tuned. We're gonna start with Anduril FQ-44 Fury, and it is about to change everything you know about air warfare. Forget old slow surveillance drones. The Fury is a fully autonomous, AI-driven unmanned fighter jet built for one specific purpose: to give the US military what they call an unfair advantage. The Fury is roughly half the size of an F-16, measuring 20 feet long with a 17-foot wingspan. But don't let the size fool you. Powered by a commercial turbofan jet engine, this beast screams through the sky at Mach 0.95 and climbs up to a staggering 50,000 feet. Because there's no human pilot inside to pass out, the Fury can handle extreme bone-crushing 9G maneuvers. It acts as a loyal wingman, flying right alongside human-piloted stealth fighters. While the human pilot commands the airspace like a quarterback, a flock of Furies flies ahead into dangerous territory to jam enemy radars, scout targets, and carry two AIM-120 advanced air-to-air missiles. But the real mind-blowing part? The price. A single human-piloted F-35 costs up to $100 million. The US Air Force is targeting the Fury to cost just $25 to $30 million per unit. Anduril isn't building these using slow, old-school defense manufacturing. They just launched Arsenal One, a massive software-driven megafactory designed to mass-produce these autonomous aircraft by the hundreds. This gives the US military something it desperately lacks right now: affordable mass. So, why is this the ultimate game changer? In a high-end conflict, losing a $100 million jet and a highly trained pilot is a catastrophic disaster. But losing a $25 million autonomous drone? That's just a line item. The Fury allows commanders to take massive, aggressive risks in heavily defended airspace, combined with Anduril's Lattice AI software, which can actually swap out the drone's entire robotic brain mid-flight. The US is building an attritable, mass-produced robotic air force that adversaries simply cannot outcompete. The future of air dominance isn't just stealthier pilots, it's an unstoppable wave of autonomous mass.
Look at this absolute freak of engineering, the Shield AI Xbat. This beast has a massive 39-foot wingspan, but it does not give a damn about runways. It's a literal tail-sitter fighter jet. It takes off vertically from a tiny trailer, transforms midair into horizontal flight, and can land straight back down on a random rooftop or a moving ship deck. You could literally launch a stealth fighter jet from a space the size of a pickleball court. How is this even possible? Because Shield AI shoved a massive, full-sized F-16 fighter jet engine inside a drone. In full afterburner, it generates over 25,000 pounds of thrust, enough brute strength to shoot this thing straight into the sky like a missile. Once it's airborne, the specs are terrifying. It climbs all the way up to 50,000 feet and boasts a massive combat strike range of 2,000 nautical miles. That's 3,700 kilometers. Inside its two internal weapon bays, it hides heavy-hitting air-to-air missiles, meaning it is fully ready to dogfight. But the smartest part is the brain. It runs on the HiveMind AI software. If an enemy jams its communications or cuts off its GPS, the Xbat doesn't panic. The AI takes complete control, navigates visually without satellites, and hunts targets entirely on its own. The price tag? Around $27.5 million. While a human-piloted F-35 costs up to $100 million, you can pack 3 Xbats onto a ship deck for a fraction of the footprint and the price. The US is building a future where runways are completely obsolete. Now, if the Xbat is the high-tech, hovering ninja, this next aircraft is the ultimate budget killer, the Kratos XQ-58A Valkyrie. The Valkyrie doesn't hover like a helicopter, but it doesn't need a runway either. Instead, it uses zero-length rocket-assisted takeoff to literally blast off from a trailer anywhere on Earth. And the coolest, most hilarious part? Kratos designed the Valkyrie so it can be packed up and launched right out of a standard ordinary shipping container. Think about that. The US military can leave a seemingly normal shipping container in the middle of a desert or a remote island, and suddenly a stealth jet shoots out of it like a firework. You can hide a whole fleet of these in plain sight, and the enemy won't know they exist until they are already flying at Mach 0.85. The specs on this budget beast are insane. It stretches 30 feet long, climbs to 45,000 feet, and has a staggering maximum range of 3,000 nautical miles. Even wilder, it features 2 internal bomb bays that can carry 600 pounds of lethal smart weapons right into enemy lines without popping up on radar. But the absolute best part about the Valkyrie is the price. While traditional fighter jets cost close to $100 million, a single Valkyrie costs a dirt cheap $2 to $4 million. In military speak, that makes them attritable, which is just a fancy word for disposable. The US is building a terrifying reality where they can treat stealth fighter jets like giant, reusable, hyper-intelligent missiles. The era of human pilots dominating the sky is officially coming to an end. This next jet is the godfather of military drones. Meet the General Atomics YFQ-42A Dark Merlin. This thing is named after a ruthless, pitch-black falcon known for tracking its prey in packs and casually devouring other falcons for fun. And honestly, that sums up this aircraft perfectly. General Atomics built this using a wild common core architecture. Think of it like a Lego set. The inner chassis stays exactly the same, but they can swap the wings, nose, and engines to completely transform it. From a radar-jamming ghost into a heavily armed missile truck in a matter of hours. It features an elongated fighter-like fuselage, high-speed V-tails, and can carry 2 deadly AIM-120 advanced air-to-air missiles tucked hidden inside its belly. It has a massive combat radius of 700 nautical miles and is officially built to fly right into high-risk combat zones. The funny part, during early testing, the autopilot had a massive math fail, completely miscalculated its own weight, and famously crashed a prototype right after takeoff. But the US Air Force literally did not care. They just signed a massive production contract to build these by the hundreds. Why? Because at $30 million a copy, it gives the military ungodly amounts of affordable mass to overwhelm enemy air defenses without losing a single human pilot. While everyone is hyped about the new AI wingmen, we need to respect the grandfather that started it all. This is the Northrop Grumman X-47B, and it looks less like a drone and more like a straight-up alien spaceship. The US Navy built this absolute monster of a flying wing with a massive 62-foot wingspan. But here's the thing, there is no cockpit, no pilot, and absolutely zero tail fins. The funniest part about this aircraft, it completely terrified human pilots. Why? Because landing a fighter jet on a chaotic, pitch-black moving aircraft carrier in the middle of a storm is considered the hardest job in military aviation. Humans train for years to do it. The X-47B, it just let its AI algorithms crunch the math and successfully executed the world's first fully autonomous carrier landing. No human touch required. It literally did the hardest job in the military on its very first try. Let's talk specs. Powered by a Pratt & Whitney turbofan jet engine, it cruises at high subsonic speeds of Mach 0.9 and climbs to 40,000 feet. It has an ocean-crossing unrefueled range of 2,100 nautical miles. And if it gets thirsty, it features autonomous aerial refueling software, meaning it can just link up with a tanker midair and fly indefinitely. Hidden inside its belly are 2 internal weapon bays that pack a massive 4,500 pounds of smart bombs or stealth missiles. The price tag for this futuristic demonstrator, a massive $400 million a copy during development, totaling over $813 million for the program. It was so expensive and ahead of its time that the Navy eventually retired it to a museum. But the terrifying AI code it perfected is what powers every single modern US drone flying today, the original ghost of autonomous air dominance. Make no mistake, the US military is completely rewriting the rules of the sky. By replacing $100 million fighter jets with a massive, affordable swarm of hyper-intelligent AI wingmen, they are making human pilots obsolete. The race for total air dominance is officially automated. But can these American killer robots actually outsmart what China is secretly building behind the scenes? If gonna see that soon in coming videos. If you watched and reached here, make sure you check out our latest tech, AI videos, and hype the video by clicking 3 dots below. And do comment, what would you like to see next? Thanks for watching.